Welcome to the fastest 30 minutes in football. This is the week that college football gets underway. The Falcons are looking for a backup quarterback, plus fantasy, injuries, and Jeffrey the Ed Schechter has his first predictions of the season.
Play to Win is being brought to you by the Southeastern Nissan dealers, Mellow Mushroom Pizza Baker, and SD Services.
Welcome to Play to Win with former Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith, Fantasy Football League previews with Adam Brown, game analysis with Nikki Williams, Play to Win expert Jeffrey the Ed Schechter, medical and injury update with Dr. Andrew Lamaji, and your host, Atlanta sports veteran Bob Neal. Today's SEC report is being brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome to Play to Win. As you'll see, no doubt, Chuck Smith back with us on our second show.
Good to be back.
Last week you were up in Cincinnati working, coaching, consulting pro and college football teams.
Yep, and that's what I get a chance to do. That's what I love. What you doing? Watch
Just
What are you
seeing
doing
if
there?
you're real.
That's
I'm
right.
real.
I'm having you
real.
like beamed in.
We had Chuck hologrammed in if you didn't see last show.
Now I'm Tupac. Okay.
Welcome back.
It's good
Chuck,
to be
let me
back.
ask you a question. When you're in Cincinnati, do you help Andy Dalton with his tackling after an interception?
You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that.
That's right. That's pretty cold, but then that's
You're wrong
Jeffrey
for that,
the
Jeff.
Edge for you. All right, let's get started with our SEC report, and we want to get started with the Associated Press Top 25. The preseason Top 25 is out. We're going to show you the AP Top 10 here and talk about the SEC teams that are in the Top 25 and just out of it. And the reason that this Top 25 is so important, Chuck, is that it kind of sets the stage for the whole season for teams trying to move up in the rankings.
Well, Bob, really, the rankings are pretty much what they are in the beginning. It helps you in the end, but to me, it's almost like a calculated risk that you take when you make these predictions, because who would have thought that Ohio State would be national champs and Alabama would be on the outside looking in?
Right. You never know about who's going to get hurt.
You never know what's going to happen.
Nikki, what do you think about this Top 25 and the SEC in it?
I'm not shocked that Ohio State is at number one, but this is the first time that everyone has unanimously voted on someone being in first place. It also hasn't happened since 2004 that someone that starts off at number one winds up in the end at number one. So,
Good point.
But this is a year of firsts.
That's right.
What do you think about it, Jeffrey?
Well, the SEC has a lot of teams. They have a lot of good teams. The problem is they play each other and kill each other.
That's a good point. And a matter of fact, let's take a look at that now. These are the SEC teams that are listed in the top 10 were Alabama, Auburn, and Georgia. But there are other SEC teams involved in this too, starting at the highest ranking with LSU. And if you go to number 26 and 27, Mississippi State and Texas A&M, there are 10 SEC teams in that top 27.
And those last two teams are dangerous teams also.
They are, absolutely. So it's again, the SEC's got 10 teams out of the top 27.
And it also tells you the national perception of the Southeastern Conference. And that's simple what it is.
All right, how about the Nikki, the SEC? You were talking last week about the SEC and the national perspective. This should cause people
I was about to say,
say,
this clears up the argument that we were having last week. Is the SEC still here? Are they still making noise? This is the proof that, yes, they're
Where'd they
here.
go? Where did they go?
You weren't here.
Did they lose all the best offensive linemen in high school in the country? Did they lose all these talent?
no, they're
Just,
still
just,
there.
just calm down.
It's all about
Just
line
calm
of
down,
scrimmage in the SEC.
There you go,
too.
exactly.
That's what makes them so good. All right, let's talk about the football season. Starts this week on Thursday night. Two SEC teams are going to be in action, Vanderbilt and South Carolina. So here they are, North Carolina and South Carolina. First of all, let's talk about that from a South Carolina perspective.
Yeah, Houston, we have a quarterback now. They finally named the young buck Connor Mitch. He's going to be the quarterback, but this is really all about star wide receiver Pharaoh Cooper. He's got the ultimate safety net around him in Pharaoh. Now, Pharaoh is so dynamic and he does so many things that they're also going to be using him at special teams. When you put your best player at risk in special teams, you do have a risk of injury. However, he's going to be returning most of the punts. An extra 10 yards on a punt return is a first down that the offense doesn't have to worry about. I think it's a smooth move.
Plus, he's got a great name, Pharaoh Cooper.
Pharaoh Cooper.
Smooth move, and I like that name, Pharaoh, but the smooth part is the head coach still smoothly in charge?
Right.
Looks like an old guy who's kind of
Yes.
looks like he wants to get out of the
He's
game.
creative,
Steve
though.
Spurrier has become more of a distraction than he's become a coach.
No kidding.
Yes,
no
he
kidding.
has. Too
All
many
right.
comments.
Write that down.
Too many
Quote
comments.
Chuck Smith. Chuck Smith right there. I want you to talk particularly about Vanderbilt. Derek Mason, first-year head coach last year. They had a terrible season. He's kind of getting it together, in your view, though, for this second year.
And it's going to take time. And this is a 4 or 5 year window because Vanderbilt traditionally hasn't been a powerhouse in the SEC. But when he got the job, basically the entire program, it was like a rock was dropped on him
Right.
instantly.
James Franklin took
James
a lot of the
Franklin
recruits.
was spectacular at what he did.
All right, and now let's talk about our college showdown of the week. And that college showdown of the week is TCU, ranked, by the way, number 2 in the preseason Associated Press report. Let's talk about TCU, particularly, Nikki, their quarterback.
Right, Trayvon Boykin, he's in the running for the Heisman. He's the favorite right now. In addition to that, they've got their top 2 receivers returning. These guys are going to make some noise. I'm excited about them. First time in 77 years they're going to come out on top. I can see it.
All right, they're there at number 2, bubbling under Ohio State. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah, they're that good. TCU's that good. And think about this. TCU's the only team in the country that was ranked in the top 10 offensively and defensively scoring-wise, which is important.
And by the way, first week of predictions for Jeffrey, you're going to have them in the lightning round,
I'll be picking that game in the lightning round.
along with the North Carolina, South Carolina, and the Vanderbilt game. We'll be back with more on Play to Win. Stay with us.
You can get 0% APR financing during our annual clearance event.
Seriously?
Seriously. 0% APR on a bunch of Toyotas.
Seriously?
Seriously. Only happens once a year.
Seriously?
Seriously?
Seriously.
Right now at the Toyota Annual Clearance Event, get a 2-year, no-cost maintenance lease on a new 2015 Toyota Corolla LE for $159 a month.
She's all yours.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Toyota, let's go places.
Sorry I'm late.
No worries. Hey, you got my Falcon scratcher, right?
Oh, yeah, it's right here.
Make the drop, give him the money.
Roger that.
I forgot to stop. Sorry, man.
It's a no-go, Larry. Just land on the sidelines.
Tom?
The Georgia Dome is actually a dome!
You can't win if you don't play. So take your shot at $350,000 with the Falcons Game On Scratcher.
Is your house uncomfortable? We can fix that. Get the Estes Whole House Comfort Checkup and eliminate hot and cold spots in your home. If you save energy, you save money. Go to EstesAir.com and book your appointment today. Estes Services, your man for all seasons since 1949. Bad pipes, clogs, broken water heater? We can fix that. Estes Plumbing Services, your man for all seasons since 1949, will make your plumbing problems disappear. From pesky pipes to new water heaters. We can fix that.
How much is a Jumbo Bucks Lotto ticket?
It's a buck.
Okay. No, actually, I'm gonna get the corn dog instead.
You can't win if you don't play. Play Georgia's own Jumbo Bucks Lotto with jackpots starting at $1 million.
Hometown Team Report is being brought to you by Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers, bringing a higher order of pizza to Atlanta for 40 years.
Hometown Team Report, and we begin with Georgia Tech opening their season at home on Thursday night against Alcorn State. Now that should be an easy rollover victory for Georgia Tech, but let's talk about Georgia Tech and some of their really good returning players. And Chuck, first of all, everybody is excited about Justin Thomas coming back at quarterback.
The words that best describe Justin Thomas: electrifying, must-see TV this year in college football.
Okay, and a couple of running backs. Remember, they lost their primary running backs from last year. They have a couple we could watch for. One is Broderick Snoddy. The other is a transfer named Patrick Scove. What about those running backs?
That big back,
the big
240 pounds. He's going to be exciting. I'm all about Snoddy. He's back. His season was cut short last year from the leg injury. He's a different Snoddy. He's back. He's been married. He's working on a degree. He's going to close in on that in around December. He's got an internship. He's just more mature. He says mentally it's been a little hard for him to get over the injury, but he's according to Paul Johnson, he's pretty much back.
Okay, they'll be toting the package for Georgia Tech this year. And you said last week, by the way, Jeffrey the Ed Schechter, that you thought Georgia Tech might go like even 500. Now, most people are thinking Georgia Tech's going to do better than that.
500?
500, that's what he said last week.
At Clemson, at Notre Dame, they got Florida State coming in, which they didn't have on their schedule last year. Tech's going to have a hard time this year.
Okay, I think they do better than 500, but he was 60% on his picks last year. So, I'm going to go with it.
Street said that Justin Thomas was the most exciting player to watch this football season.
Wow, more than Trevon Boykin even?
He's a Heisman Trophy candidate.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Georgia Tech opens up Thursday night against Alcorn State. Be a good chance to see how they get underway there. Now, Georgia is still trying to pick a quarterback, and I think we're down to two. Most people feel we're down to Bryce Ramsey, the Georgia quarterback who's a sophomore who played last year. You see his numbers. Grayson Lambert, who is a junior who transferred from the University of Virginia. Who's going to win that job?
Well, I think right now, I don't think anyone's going to win the job. I think someone's going to earn that job, and it's going to start with the regular season. New offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer, he's an offensive quarterback developing guru. So I think it's going to play out the first couple games. You'll probably see Georgia settle probably around game 2 or 3.
And how important is it anyway? Because Georgia's going to be handing that ball off all the time.
And it's like you just said, Schottenheimer is a developer, and Bryce Ramsey has a leg up on that. He's got the familiarity with the offense. He's got the arm. But how long can he hold on to the job if he earns it in the beginning? It's an easy schedule, and it's only going to be so long before Lambert catches on to what's going on. He just needs the time.
You're saying the running backs are going to make the difference anyway.
Good running backs, because we give Lambert an opportunity to pass the ball, because everybody's going to be defending the run. So Lambert could be the man.
All right, and plus Nick Chubb and et cetera, and Michelle and all the other, Keith Marshall. I could keep going on the Georgia running backs. We'll be back with more on Play to Win.
The Wizard, can you make me real so I can eat real mellow mushroom pizza instead of cartoon pizza?
Stand back. Here we go. Alakazam! Wiggity stickity poof!
I'm still a cartoon.
Then that'd be a no.
Everyone wants real mellow mushroom pizza because our pies use premium meats and cheeses, fresh veggies, and spring water dough baked with wheat goodness.
Wiggity stickity poof.
Mellow mushroom, a higher order of pizza.
What's the most important thing your parents do for you?
They buy me food. They make sure I'm never lost. Well, they pay my allowance, encourage me. Sing us a lullaby at night. A lullaby at night. Oh, now I remember.
Why does it matter that Cigna covers preventive care? Because the next most important thing you can do for them is take care of yourself. Cigna, together, all the way.
Get a good look. Because this is the last you'll see of the 2015 Nissans.
Now's your final opportunity this summer to get in on the excitement of our 2015 models during Nissan's Bottom Line Model Year-End event. For a limited time on select models, get up to $1,000 bonus cash on top of existing offers.
And get a good look at the totally redesigned Murano.
Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com. Nissan, innovation that excites.
Today's Player Medical and Injury Report is being brought to you by John Foy and Associates. Personal injury law. Get the strong arm.
Good news and bad news for the NFL Injury Report. The good news is a couple of Falcon running backs should be eligible to play Saturday night tonight against the Dolphins. The bad news is these injuries continue. As we take a look at them, Junior Gillette is going to be out for the year with a torn Achilles. Manziel only doubtful for this week's game, soreness in his throwing arm. You see the rest of them down at the bottom. Tevin Coleman, Devontae Freeman, hamstrings probable for the Atlanta Falcons. And that's the NFL Injury Report. And now joining me on set is Dr. A. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
As I list that NFL list,
yes,
we're seeing that there's a lot of injuries, particularly to the knees in this preseason.
Can you believe there have been 23 non-contact ACL injuries since the beginning of the preseason?
Wow.
There's a reason why we're seeing all these ACL injuries, and two main ones. One is that our technology for diagnosing ACL tears is a lot higher and everyone's getting them, so we're knowing about them quicker. And number two, that the speed and the performance pressure requirements of in the NFL are performing the anterior cruciate ligament, it may take us 1,000 years to evolve a good ACL in the NFL.
Okay, I hope I'm there for that first game 1,000 years.
Absolutely.
How about your report
Let's
card,
do
your
it.
projections?
Yes. Okay, Adrian Peterson. So he has been downgraded slightly to a B-. 1 year off, ACL repair. He may tear it again. We're just not sure. DeMarco Murray. He has actually been upgraded, did great last year, but a long history of pulled hamstrings, so only up to a B, 70%. Devontae Freeman, he's always been great at an A grade. Mild hamstring strain last year, should not affect him this year. Now, Jamal Charles, significant upgrade from last year. He had a long history of concussions and ankle sprains, but he's upgraded this year. Matt Forte, he has been our sleeper pick all season long last year. This year is no different. A, 85%. The next athlete, the rookie, Melvin Gordon. B+. He has had multiple hip flexor strains. That's why he is only at 75% performance. Todd Gurley, another rookie. Everyone's talking about his ACL tears. Well, that's why he's only a B+ at 75%, likely, possibly to tear it again. Marshawn Lynch, another significant upgrade from last year. Not an A because he has multiple back injuries. And Eddie Lacy, downgrade from a B to a C-, 50%, multiple history of concussions as a running back. It kills your performance.
And another guy, Atlanta Falcon running back,
That's
mentioned Tevin Coleman.
Yes.
What's his status?
So Tevin Coleman has a grade 2 hamstring strain. Running backs the same year can have that recur over and over again. I would watch for it to come back again.
Dr. A, as usual, brilliant.
Absolutely.
And by the way, anything you need to know about these injuries, go to InsideInjuries.com.
It can happen to anyone. The road to your recovery can be painful, both physically and financially. Your injuries could last a long time. Shouldn't your compensation? I've been fighting and winning for Georgia drivers for more than 20 years. Someone needs to pay. Call me today. Get the strong arm. Protect your rights and get the lawyer who fights.
In the fraction of time we spend driving in reverse, about 500,000 accidents occur each year, which is why the Infiniti QX60 has world's first safety technology available, like backup collision intervention, which can brake even before you do to help keep everyone safe. Lease the Infiniti QX60 for $399 a month. Visit your Atlanta area Infiniti retailer.
Today's Fantasy Report is being brought to you by ST Services. Home comfort or plumbing issues? We can fix that.
Welcome to Fantasy Football. Who's hot and who's cold? And it's Adam Brown once again with us. Adam, good to see you again.
Good to see you, Bob.
I want to talk about rookies because you're telling me there's for fantasy purposes, particularly a strong class.
This is the best season for rookies I've ever seen in the NFL. There's so much depth, minus the quarterback position with only 2, but running backs and receivers, there's a plethora of great pickups this year.
A plethora of pickups. I like that alliteration. Let's start with the quarterbacks. They're two, and they're famous.
They're famous. Famous Jameis and Marcus Mariota, the last 2 Heisman Trophy winners. What I want to tell you about Jameis Winston is he's going to have a decent season. He has a healthy Doug Martin. He has Mike Evans, and he has Vincent Jackson. How can you not do well with 6'5" receivers?
How about Marcus Mariota?
Marcus Mariota has 4 solid receivers this year, and he has David Cobb, the rookie, and he has Bishop Sankey. He's going to be all right as well. I think the surrounding cast of both of those guys is going to help them succeed in the NFL.
And a list of running backs.
Oh, a ton of running backs. You've got Amir Abdullah, and Amir Abdullah is the backup to Joyce Bell, but Joyce Bell's not healthy. I think by week 3 or 4, Amir Abdullah is going to be the #1 guy.
I know you like Tevin Coleman, too, for the Falcons.
When was the last time we had a 5'11", 206-pound running back?
It was young and could run.
Young and can run. I like him. He reminds me of Jamal Anderson, but a better Jamal Anderson. I like him a lot this year.
All right, let's go to the wide receivers. And I know you've got listed at #1 Amari Cooper at Oakland.
Amari Cooper's fantastic because he has Derek Carr, the second-year quarterback, throwing to him, and he has Michael Crabtree on the other side. I really like his upside.
All right, you've got 4 guys you like there, too. #2 was Devin Funchess, but also Philip Dorsett and Tyler Lockett from Seattle.
Well, the 5 and 6 guys, Philip Dorsett and Tyler Lockett, are 4-3, 4-4 guys. Philip Dorsett has Andre Johnson, and he has T.Y. Hilton next to him.
Yeah.
It's going to help him out tremendously. But Tyler Lockett is my favorite receiver in this draft class. because of two reasons. One, he has the bloodlines, his dad Kevin Lockett, but he's going to be a top kick returner and punt returner in the league, and his 4.4 speed is going to help Russell Wilson extend plays and throw the ball downfield on the opposite side of Doug Baldwin.
Okay, another receiver in the tight end category. One guy you like there?
Max Williams. And Max Williams' father played in the NFL and grandfather played in the NFL. He's a 6'7" guy out of the University of Minnesota. And Baltimore loves big, strong tight ends. Dennis Pitta, for instance. Todd Heap is another one. This guy's going to fit in perfectly in that Joe Flacco system.
Great job. Rookies to look for in your fantasy league. Be sure and listen to this guy. And for more information, go to InsideInjuries.com on the health of these players.
Good luck, everyone.
Is your air conditioner blowing hot air? We can fix that. Turn to the experts at Carrier and ST Services. We've been installing and repairing air conditioners in Atlanta for 66 years. Need cold air? We can fix that.
Why can't I have a slice of yours?
You're a cartoon. You can only have cartoon pizza.
It's not fair.
Look, this pie is 100% real, and you're colored ink. It's physics, man.
Well, can you buy me a beer?
I can buy you a cartoon beer. Are you single?
It's Everyone wants real mellow mushroom pizza because our pies use premium meats and cheeses, fresh veggies, and spring water dough baked with wheat goodness. Mellow mushroom, a higher order of pizza.
Hi, your daddy's getting a Camry?
Yeah, I want him to have a really fun car. He's the best dad ever.
Best timing ever. It's our clearance event.
Here, Dad, it's for the car.
Who's the coolest kid ever?
Truth is, in 10 years, that Toyota will be mine.
Right now at the Toyota Annual Clearance Event, get a low 0% APR for 72 months, plus $500 bonus customer cash back on a new 2015 Toyota Camry.
You've invested wisely.
Thanks.
Toyota, let's go places.
Bad pipes, clogs, broken water heater, we can fix that. ST's Plumbing Services, your man for all seasons since 1949, will make your plumbing problems disappear. From pesky pipes to new water heaters, we can fix that.
Today's NFL Report is being brought to you by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
And now it's time for our NFL Report. And of course, we're all looking at the Atlanta Falcons as they have Game 3 in the NFL preseason. Atlanta at Miami tonight at 7 o'clock. And Chuck, Game 3 is always a very big deal in the NFL preseason. Give us a thumbnail as to why.
Well, the backups are jockeying for position. They're fighting for their careers and their lives. They're trying to earn a spot on this 53-man roster. Simple as that. That's what Game 3 is about.
Okay, I know I have the right guy here to ask about this. Last year, bad pass rush for the Falcons.
Yes.
This year, pass rush, have they found one? Will they find one?
Much improved. Adrian Claiborne's come and become lightning in a bottle. Vic Beasley's great. The coaching philosophy at the top has changed. The Falcons will be relevant this year and have a solid pass rush.
Okay, now some news that broke during the week was that Rex Grossman, 35-year-old Rex Grossman in his 13th year, who hasn't played since 2011, was signed to compete for the backup job with TJ Yates and Sean Renfree. My question is, why would the Falcons do that, bring in this 35-year-old?
Well, number one, he has experience. And number one, he's shown that with backups, you're hoping to get 2 or 3 games out of him. And the bottom line is you can't have a catastrophic injury with your starting quarterback. If that happens, no team can survive that, whether you got Rex Grossman or you got the greatest backup quarterback of all time. Doesn't matter.
You had some thoughts on this.
I did. We've been going back and forth about this for a while. Mike Vick was available. He just signed with Pittsburgh. I know this would have been a PR nightmare for the Falcons. However, from a playing perspective, is Mike Vick not a more attractive backup quarterback option?
Jeffrey, what did you see last year playing?
He unfollowed me on Instagram because of this.
Jeff, Mike Vick at quarterback, describe 2014.
He's done.
I agree with you.
Grossman hasn't played since 2011.
Okay, Miss, here's what I've got to say to you on that. If that were to happen, it's not going to happen, but if it were to happen, the locker room would get immediately divided. There'd be the Vic people and the Ryan people and the fans.
Agreed.
Heaven forbid, PETA would be out protesting in front of the stadium.
Other people have dealt with the PR nightmare before that is Mike Vick. Obviously, it would be a little heavier in Atlanta. It would maybe
a little heavier.
You got a new coach trying to build a team. He don't need this. And let me tell you nothing about Vic. You breathe on him, he fumbles.
Oh, there you go.
But I understand, Nikki. I understand from the fans' perspective.
Have we convinced you that it would not be a good idea?
Do you really think Matt Ryan would care that much?
Yes.
Is Mike Vick that much of a lightning rod?
He'd lose the locker room. He might lose the team as the quarterback.
I mean, Matt will be a professional, but at the end of the day, who wants to bring the most polarizing star ever as his backup?
But that's the thing, it's polarizing.
Right,
Even if you're not a fan of the Falcons, you would watch. It would sell tickets. People would
Who
want
cares
to
about
see.
tickets? It's team and me.
People care about
it's all
tickets,
about the team.
especially when you've
it
got
wouldn't be a good team decision. I commend the Falcons for staying away from that.
It wouldn't be a good PR decision.
You're a player team. You're a marketer.
You know what they say in Brooklyn?
she's a marketer.
Forget about it.
That's it. Forget about it. It's Rex Grossman. No matter what we thought, that is our NFL report, and a nice little exchange there between these two. You actually defriended her on Instagram.
I have an app.
You gotta know what you're putting on your timeline.
Could be a long season here on Play to Win, but fireworks could be coming. We'll be back with more in a moment on Play to Win.
Put something up about coleslaw. You unfollowed.
Get a good look. Because this is the last you'll see of the 2015 Nissans.
Now's your final opportunity this summer to get in on the excitement of our 2015 models during Nissan's Bottom Line Model Year-End event. For a limited time on select models, get up to $1,000 bonus cash on top of existing offers.
And get a good look at the totally redesigned Maxima.
Shop your local Nissan store and choosenissan.com. Nissan, innovation that excites.
It can happen to anyone. The road to your recovery can be painful, both physically and financially. Your injuries could last a long time. Shouldn't your compensation? Protect your rights. Get a lawyer who fights. I've been fighting and winning for Georgia drivers for more than 20 years. Someone needs to pay. Call me today. Get the strong arm. I'll fight hard so you don't have to.
How much is a Jumbo Bucks Lotto ticket?
It's $1.
Okay. No, actually, I'm gonna get the corn dog instead.
You can't win if you don't play. Play Georgia's own Jumbo Bucks Lotto with jackpots starting at $1 million.
Don't miss these hot deals at Mall of Georgia Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram as the summer clearance event rolls on. Take $8,000 off MSRP on a Ram 1500. Incredible savings on a Chrysler 200, now just $16,675. And with $8,000 off MSRP, a Chrysler Town & Country is yours for just $29,230. Now is the time to buy your new vehicle at Mall of Georgia Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and online at yourdodge.com.
Time for the lightning round and Jeffrey's first picks of the year. We've got North Carolina, South Carolina, and Western Kentucky Vanderbilt, two SEC teams. First of all,
South Carolina 3 over North Carolina. Both teams were disappointments last year, but we haven't heard much about South Carolina. I think they're a little under the radar. Go with South Carolina.
How about Vanderbilt?
A real barn burner. Western Kentucky, Vanderbilt. Vandy's going back to their old ways. You know what the difference between Vanderbilt and the Titanic is?
What?
The Titanic had a good band.
I love that
the
one.
games pick them, take Western Kentucky.
You're taking Western Kentucky?
That was a good one.
Oh, my goodness. And how about TCU, Minnesota?
You get some love on that.
All right, TCU, they're mad, they're angry, they're pissed off. They got screwed last year, and now they're going to play the sacrificial lambs, Minnesota. But Minnesota's not a lamb, they're Gophers. I remember all the problems Bill Murray in Caddyshack had with a Gopher. Take the 15 with Minnesota.
And that is it, our first predictions of
That's
the
the
year.
edge.
Remember, for all the information, go to playingtowin.tv. For Jeffrey, Nikki, Chuck, Bob, Adam, Dr. A, we'll see you next week.
Play to Win has been brought to you by Toyota, the Georgia Lottery, and John Foy & Associates.